This is Vieux Boulogne. It smells like beer-soaked gym socks left in the sun, and yet it's one of the most beloved cheeses in northern France. And yes, according to scientists, it is officially the smelliest cheese in the world. But how is something so repulsive, so revered? Have you ever dared to try a cheese that made your eyes water? Or maybe just sniffed it from a safe distance? Let us know in the comments. What's the stinkiest cheese you've ever eaten? Or refused to eat? Cheese goes way back, 7,000 years or more. Historians believe the first cheeses were made by accident. Imagine storing milk inside a dried animal stomach, only to return and find it curdled into a soft, edible mass. That's rennet at work, a natural enzyme from the stomach lining. The Egyptians made cheese. So did the Greeks and Romans. They'd press curds into wheels, salt them for preservation, and age them in cool storage areas. The stinkier washed rind cheeses like Vieux Boulogne likely came later, developed by monks who washed their cheese in beer or wine, encouraging bacteria to flourish. And guess what? That same bacteria still powers the stink today. Vieux Boulogne was actually created in the 1980s in the coastal town of Boulogne-sur-Mer, France. It's made from pasteurized cow's milk and washed in beer during aging. In 2004, researchers at the University of Cranfield used an electronic nose to rank cheese odors. Vieux Boulogne won by a landslide. It's not just funky, it's a sensory ambush. So you must be asking, what is Vieux Boulogne? Vieux Boulogne is made by only a handful of small dairies, keeping the craft traditional and the batches limited. Its production process hasn't been automated like mass-market cheeses. You'll still find cheesemakers inspecting each wheel by hand. The beer used for washing typically comes from local breweries, meaning the flavor can vary slightly from region to region or season to season. It's a living product in every sense. Despite its relatively recent creation, Vieux Boulogne has taken on near-legendary status in France. It's a staple at local markets and often sold wrapped in wax paper, as plastic can't contain its odor for long. The production of the cheese starts simple. Fresh milk, often delivered daily from local farms. The milk is gently heated to around 30 degrees Celsius, then bacterial cultures are added. These cultures begin the fermentation that transforms milk into cheese. Next, rennet is introduced. The milk sets into a custard-like mass. Workers cut it into cubes, stir it gently, and allow the whey to drain off. That thick curd is packed into molds. Incredibly, it takes 10 liters of milk to make just 1 kilogram of cheese. Temperature and timing are everything at this stage. Cheesemakers carefully monitor acidity levels and texture as the milk curdles. A few degrees too warm or too cool can alter the final taste. Once the curds are drained and packed into molds, they are lightly pressed. Not enough to make them hard, but just enough to form a smooth wheel. The cheese then rests for about 24 hours to set. Even at this early point, the foundation for the signature funk is being laid. The bacteria introduced during fermentation will continue to work during aging, transforming the curds into a complex flavor bomb. Next, beer baths and bacteria. This is where the real transformation begins. Each cheese is washed with beer several times a week. This isn't just for flavor, it's what activates Brevibacterium linens. That's the bacteria responsible for Vieux Boulogne's pungent rind and for the smell of sweaty feet. The high humidity, salty beer, and consistent brushing create the ideal microclimate for the bacteria to thrive. And skipping a wash? It can ruin the entire batch. Each cheese is flipped and washed manually. There's no shortcut here. The process not only distributes moisture evenly, it allows the rind to develop a sticky, orange outer layer. Brevibacterium linens isn't just stinky, it's essential. It breaks down proteins and fats within the cheese, creating those strong, savory flavors beneath the funk. What's wild is this. The same bacteria lives on human skin. It's what causes body odor. So yes, this cheese literally smells like us, but in a good way, kind of. Next comes the cave aging process. The cheeses are moved into ripening rooms, or even ancient stone caves. Inside, the air is humid, about 95%, and cool between 12 and 15 degrees Celsius. Over the next 7 to 9 weeks, the rind darkens, softens, and intensifies in odor. Workers flip the wheels weekly to ensure even aging. Sometimes surface mold is scraped or gently wiped. By the end of its aging, Vieux Boulogne practically breathes. It's alive and alert. These aging rooms are fine-tuned ecosystems. Humidifiers maintain moisture, while vents keep fresh air circulating. In some dairies, cheesemakers still use underground stone caves that date back centuries. Cool, damp, and naturally insulated, they're perfect for aging soft cheeses. As the weeks pass, a layer of orange rind thickens and softens. Beneath it, the cheese becomes supple and gooey. When pressed, it leaves a fingerprint, soft but never runny. And by the time it's done aging, opening a wheel of Vieux Boulogne is like releasing a beast from its cage. Now comes the taste test. Here's the twist. While the smell can knock you back, the taste is surprisingly mild, earthy, nutty, creamy. One taster says, "It smells like compost, but tastes like buttered mushrooms." Pair it with crusty bread, some strong wine, and a sense of adventure. Would you eat it or nope out at the smell? Let us know in the comments. Professional tasters describe the experience as dissonant. The nose warns you to run, but the mouth wants more. The rind is edible, but most people eat just the soft interior. Spread it on warm bread, and you'll get layers of flavor: buttery, beefy, a hint of hay, and sour cream. In France, it's often served with dark ales or dessert wines that stand up to its potency. Some even pair it with rich chocolate truffles. Opposites attract. So who's actually eating Vieux Boulogne and other potent cheeses like it? Unsurprisingly, France tops the list. The average French citizen eats over 26 kilograms of cheese every year, and washed rind varieties like Vieux Boulogne are deeply embedded in their culinary culture. It's more than food, it's tradition. Next up is Germany. While not all German cheeses are smelly, the country has a strong appetite for rich, fermented dairy. Limburger, another famously pungent cheese, is still popular in parts of Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg. And don't forget Belgium. It might be small, but it boasts a huge love for strong cheeses, especially those washed in local beer. Belgian cheesemakers often draw from the same traditions as their French neighbors, and their stinkiest cheeses can rival the best, or worst. These countries not only produce but proudly consume some of the strongest smelling cheeses in the world. What might make others gag is, for them, a delicacy worth savoring. Are you from one of these countries? Or have you tried their legendary cheeses? Let us know in the comments. From ancient animal stomachs to beer-washed bacteria, cheese has come a long way. So, what's the smelliest cheese you've ever encountered? Share it in the comments. We might just feature it in the next video. And if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, hit that subscribe button. There's a whole world of weird, wonderful food factories waiting to be explored.